recommended settings, but you kind of have to tweak this for whatever you're trying to do with your studies. So these option things here, I'm going to click on that and click option. You can see there's new cards, reviews, lapses, general description. They're all important. Up here at the top is options group. So you can see I have quite a few. And if you look at these, if I click through them, you can tell they're all different. And that's because depending on what I'm studying, I use different settings. That's why this is really important that you understand. So the steps here on the new cards are the steps the card must take in order to get to the graduating interval. So if you want to see your card twice in the first day, you would click something like 10 minutes. That way, you will see it in 10 minutes, and then you'll see it again tomorrow, and at that point it will be considered graduated. And you can see on my settings, I like to see them only once. I don't like to see the new. Cards twice. So my first interval is 1,440 minutes or a day. And I like to keep my again button about 25 minutes. I don't like it coming back right away. But this means I set my graduating interval to 3 days. And so once I have seen it tomorrow and gotten it correct, it will then go 3 days into the future. As for the starting ease and the easy interval, the easy interval, the default of 4 or 5 days is probably about good, but it kind of depends on what you're doing with the graduating interval, and you may have to tweak that. That is essentially what happens when you hit the easy button on a new card. The starting ease, I would highly recommend you don't touch that. It is based off of an algorithm that has been tried and tested, and unless you're studying something and things are really too easy for you, I would leave the ease at 250%. This bury related new cards until the next day is really useful. If you have a close card that has multiple closed deletions, if you bury the related cards, you will only see one of those cards that day, and the other one you will see tomorrow or the next day. So I really like that because it spreads ideas out over the course of multiple days. Some people don't like that. That's kind of up to you. As for reviews, you definitely want to hit maximum reviews, 9,999. Multiple days. Some people don't like that. That's kind of up to you. As for reviews, you definitely want to hit maximum reviews, 9,999, because if you're not doing that, you're ruining the algorithm. You need to do as many reviews a day as Anki says you need to do. The easy bonus, I think the default is 130%. I changed it to 150 because I like to kick them a little more in the future. We talked about that in a past video. When you hit the easy button, you times by the ease as well as the easy bonus. So that's what that is. The interval modifier, every single button is times by this. It's default at 100%, so it doesn't do anything. But if you're seeing cards too often, or you're not seeing them often enough, you may want to tweak this a little bit to your liking. The maximum interval is the maximum interval that any card will ever get to. So I will never have a card that goes away for longer than 6 months. This last thing here, berry related reviews until the next day. It's the same thing as the new cards, but now it's doing it for reviews. So you won't have two cards that are related come up in the same review session. Anki will automatically tweak things by 1 or 2 days so that you don't see them together. And I, again, feel like that's helpful. The lapses settings are really important. This is what happens when you've been reviewing a card for a while and you get it wrong. You hit the again button. This is the settings that the card will go under. So it is